Yo, 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 what is up? What is up? What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There we go. Make sure I got the hand claps going. I didn't know they were on or not. But what's going on, man? How's everybody doing today? Today is Friday. Yes, sir. Today is Friday. So shout out to everybody out there on a work job, enjoying a Friday. Hopefully it's your Friday, unless you got to work on the weekend. But shout out to you. Yes, sir. We got a late show going on today. Has some stuff I have to take care of because, you know, we got a little man and we got to get his birthday and everything set up and prepared for it. So it's been a hectic weekend, but everything's coming along just nicely. So with that being said, we are close to the celebration of his birthday, which is going to be a good one. So I'm just getting ready for all that. So got this later stream that I had to do today, but it's going to be a good one, none to say the least. We're going to get into all of our topics. We got fitness, we got the economy, we got AI, of course. But first, we need to also talk about the fact that we are simultaneously streaming on 4 different platforms, which is going to be YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and Kick. That is right, all 4. So whatever platform you're on, if you could just go in and look at the link tree that's in the bio of whatever platform, you'll be able to get all the links for whatever platform that you want to watch me on, of course. And if you want to contribute to today's show, right there, we have the Cash App and the Venmo. You have Daniel2888 for Cash App, and for Venmo, you have Danny-Daniel-00 for the Venmo as well. Yes, 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 for sure. And yes, today we got a few things that we got to go over. One of them is I might have to dip away from the computer for a second and turn on the AC because I feel like I'm about to start cooking over here. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I need to turn the AC on because I'm about to break out a sweat. But we're going to start out our topics. We got fitness today. We're going to look over a few things. Look how whey protein is made, which is going to be pretty interesting to see. It might be good. It might be bad. I didn't see the whole thing, but we'll find out how that is. So the protein powder you drink, you know, you get the protein farts and all that good stuff and things they put in your smoothie at Smoothie King and all that goodness to give you your protein and feeling when you got to skip a meal. We're going to see how that is made. So hopefully it's not bad. Yeah, we're going to see. But then also we're going to go over on the economy portion. There's a few things that's going on in the economy, man, as far as like the Social Security, the Walmart's going up in prices due to the tariffs. And also we have, what's the other one? I forget. Congress has something that they got going on that's brewing. We're going to check out what they got going on as well. It's going to be interesting to see because, yes, every time you look up, the economy and stuff is changing. Something is constantly happening, and it's like there's nothing you can really do to stop it except adjust because we are in an economic warfare. Normally people hear warfare and they think, you know, skitty pop-pops and pow-pows and pew-pews and things blowing up from the sky. But no, we're in a different one. We're in a different type of warfare. It's a legit warfare, and you got to prepare accordingly. And then with the AI portion of the show, we're going to actually go over and look at different aspects of AI. We're going to see AI mirroring people's voices and expressions as well, and that can be put on top of anybody. I think President Biden was one of the people they used for the mirror. So if he can be used, anybody can be used, of course. Then we're going to look into the innovation of Tesla and how Tesla is doing things. And if they're going to be, you know, the world's sustainable energy leader when things to come, because they're going to be wiping out a lot of jobs, and not just Tesla, but the way Tesla's model is, as far as transportation and all that stuff goes, and going to see robots inside the warehouse. Like, it's going to be, that model is going to have a ripple effect across huge conglomerates. You know what I mean? So we're going to see how all this stuff pans out. It's going to be a bunch of different things going on. So it's going to be very interesting to see nonetheless, for sure. But without all that being said, without further ado, we are going to hop into the first portion of the show. This one a little bit pressed for time on today, but we're going to get this taken care of. I'm going to knock this one out for sure. You know what I mean? We got to get this done because it's Friday. And I know you're probably ready to go home. You're almost there. If you're on the East Coast, it's 3 o'clock. If you're on the West Coast, it is about to be 12 o'clock. There we go, 12 o'clock. So wherever you're at in the world, and if you're on a different part of the world, you might be 8 in the morning. Who knows? Whatever the case may be, just sit back, enjoy. And let's go ahead and get this show started. So with that being said, we're going to start the first portion of the show off. We're going to be watching some how whey protein is created. We're going to get that part going first. But man, I really need to turn this AC on because I'm really about to start cooking. So let me go ahead and get this pulled up first. And we're going to get this started and see how this looks. So there we go. We got that, and we're going to change that banner because that is incorrect. There we go. What the fitness. So let's get this going right here. I don't know why all this is over here. Can we fix this? There we go. Okay, there we go. I don't know why all that was up there. Do we got this right? Yes, we do. So let's go ahead and get this started and see how whey protein is made in factories, and hopefully it's not too nasty, because I still from time to time every once in a while drink them. So we'll see how this pans out. So here we go. And if you see my screen turn off, I ran to go turn the AC on, and I'll be right back. But let's get this started. Take it away.
Every day, millions of people worldwide consume whey protein as part of their diet. It is produced from cow's milk and undergoes several processes in factories to become a high-quality protein powder. Ooh. But how are more than 10,000 bottles of whey protein produced every day? From dairy farms to the production plant, we will uncover the secrets behind the manufacturing of one of the most famous supplements in the industry. Whey protein comes from cow's milk, specifically the liquid part that separates from the curds during cheese production. It has been a byproduct of cheese production for thousands of years. In the past, whey was considered an unwanted byproduct of cheese and other dairy product manufacturing. This liquid was a highly polluting byproduct for the environment, as its disposal could have negative effects on water and soil quality. Over time, as technology and nutritional understanding advanced, the nutritional value of whey protein and other components of whey became recognized. This led to the development of more efficient and sustainable methods for processing whey into useful products, such as protein. The process begins on dairy farms, where cows are specifically bred and kept for milk production. On these farms, it is believed that happy and healthy cows produce high-quality milk, and quality milk is the first step in making high-quality protein supplement. An average dairy cow can produce around 30 liters of milk per day. Cow's milk is composed of 3% protein, and of that protein, 19% is whey protein.
Oh my goodness, bro. She's just rubbing on a cow's titty and looking like, oh my goodness, look at this milk. You want to tell me that that's good stuff to be drinking and having in your body? Oh my goodness, that looks gross.
Protein.
Wow.
And of that protein,
just look at that.
Cow's milk is composed of 3% protein.
Look at that, bro. Oh my goodness, you cannot convince me. Look at this.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Ugh.
And of that protein, 19% is whey protein. Cows are
19%. 19%. Wait a minute.
And of that protein, cow's milk is composed of 3% protein, and of that protein, 19% is whey protein.
Cow's milk is made of 3% protein. Out of that 3% of protein, 19% of that 3% is whey Get the...
Cows are milked twice a day.
Over there rubbing on cat titties. Oh my goodness.
Usually by automated milking machines. During milking, the milk is extracted from the cow's udders. Milk is rich in nutrients, including proteins, fats, carbohydrates, and...
Yeah, probably for the baby calf. I'm just gonna go on a limb and say that. Not even a limb. I'm just gonna say factual. Probably for a baby calf, that's good for the baby calf. I don't think we're supposed to be sucking. Who thought it was okay to drain the milk out of a cow's titty and drink it? I've always been weary of that. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand that one. Who thought that was a good idea? Like, hey, don't drink breast milk. Go get the milk from a cow's titty. Better yet, get Enfamil. Get formula. But I mean, I don't know who thought that was a good idea, and I just can't. I can't put my head around that. I can never understand why people think a cow's milk is so good to be drinking, but I digress.
Freshly harvested milk is temporarily stored in refrigerated storage tanks to keep it fresh and prevent contamination. These tanks are designed to maintain the milk at cold temperatures to prevent bacterial growth and ensure its quality. The milk is transported from dairy farms to the cheese processing factory. Each day, fresh milk is transported.
We are talking about how whey protein is made in factories, and I'm trying to figure this out and understand. They're saying that this milk the milk is 3% protein, and of the 3% of the protein in the milk, 19% of that is whey protein, and now they're basically making it look really good and trying to convince you why cow milk and whey protein is good, but we're trying to see how it's made and get a full understanding.
Directly to one of the local cheese factories. Refrigerated transport is typically used to maintain the milk at the right temperature during the journey. In the factory, the milk is unloaded from the transport trucks.
Hey, do you think they clean out those transport trucks after they let the milk out? Just curious. Like, do you think? I don't know. It's true. It's true. Well, that's the part you walked in on.
Specific receiving areas. A quality check of the milk is conducted to ensure it meets the required standards before continuing with the manufacturing process. The freshly arrived milk at the factory is stored in refrigerated storage tanks.
You see, he didn't drink it, right? You see, he had to test it. He wasn't drinking it. He was like, oh boy, let me see.
Milk at the factory is stored in refrigerated storage tanks until it is ready for processing. Before pasteurization, it is essential to check the quality and freshness of the milk to ensure it meets food safety standards. The milk is pumped from the storage tanks through a pipeline system to a heater. In the heater, the milk is heated, typically to around 60 degrees Celsius, for approximately 30 minutes. The purpose of this heating process is to eliminate and deactivate any harmful bacteria present in the milk.
Exactly. You transporting milk in metal containers in trucks and stuff. And my thing is, who is going inside the truck and cleaning these things out thoroughly? Now you got to go in, add heat. Heat changes the chemical, structure of whatever it heats up. So now it's supposed to destroy the bacteria. My God. Yeah, I agree. They probably supposed to, but not every time. No. And exactly, all it takes is one time. And are they only transporting milk in these things? Are these trucks designed specifically to transport milk in? And then again, this is milk we're talking about. Like, how long is it? How long does it last? And if it's not being cleaned out, then the leftover milk is nasty.
Increasing its safety for consumption. After the heating phase, the pasteurized milk undergoes rapid cooling to reduce its temperature to 4 degrees Celsius. Rapid cooling stops the heating process and prevents the milk from overcooking, which could negatively affect its quality and taste. Throughout the pasteurization process, the temperature of the milk is carefully monitored and controlled to ensure it remains within specified ranges. After pasteurization, the milk is
Bro, look at all these different things it's touching. Like, my God, this is gross.
Transported to a specific processing unit designed for separating its components. Pasteurized milk is introduced into a large container and undergoes a mechanical components. Pasteurized milk is introduced into a large container and undergoes a
Bruh. Like, when have you seen milk this color, fam? When? When?
Pasteurized.
When I get milk, it is not that color. Well, actually, I'll take that back. I don't buy milk. But when I see milk at the store, it ain't this color. It is not the color of...
Introduced into a large container and undergoes a mechanical separation process. After pasteurization, a coagulant is added to the milk, leading to the formation of a solid mass known as curd. During this process, the remaining liquid, known as whey, contains concentrated proteins and other soluble components that are separated from the curd. In this...
Bro, this is gross. This is so nasty. So now they're saying this is where they get the whey from something called the curd. I'm running back a little, we can hear it just to make sure I got it right. Yeah, and that's all it takes is one person to mess it up. And one day they say, I ain't cleaning it. What if somebody quit one day? And I was like, I ain't cleaning this, I quit. And then just walk out. Now you got like a whole 1 or 2 days. You got to rehire somebody or whatever. It just take one day for them to just like not have this. Oh my goodness. Ugh, gross. All right, let's see what this exactly is. So a coagulant is added to the milk. So they're adding something to the milk already. Let's see.
A coagulant is added to the milk, leading to the formation of a solid mass known as curd.
Okay, cool. So they don't tell you what it is. They're just saying that a coagulant. Let me just double check my vocabulary. Let's see what a coagulant is. Come on. Let's see what a coagulant is. Let's just make sure that we got this right. So coagulant. A coagulant is a substance that causes blood or another liquid to coagulate. Jesus Christ. Oh boy. What is the meaning of coagulant? Coagulant is a compound or agent that is added to a vessel to help thicken something. There it is. Coagulant is a compound or agent that is added to a vessel to help thicken something. So we don't know what it is. So whatever they just added to it, they don't do it. No, I don't. No, I don't buy milk. Every once in a while, I may drink milk. Every once in a while, it's rare that I do, but I don't buy milk. No, not at all. Skyful, where are you? Let me see. Skyful's on my ass right now. What do you want? Let's see. Hello, are you? Folks, I can't hear you, so can you find me in the chat? Okay, I got you. Don't worry.
In this process, the remaining liquid, known as whey, contains concentrated proteins and other soluble components that are separated from the curd. In this cheese factory, the curd is used to make fresh cheese, while the remaining whey is directed to a second line of business. A physical method, such as filtration, is typically used to separate the curd from the whey during the separation process. The resulting liquid fraction is whey, which is rich in whey protein.
So the curd is what the coagulant is actually for, and what they can't use for the curd, which is the cheese, the leftover stuff, the leftover-ish is whey nigga.
Phase of the process is essential for obtaining the desired protein component that serves as the basis for whey protein. The liquid whey fraction may contain small amounts of unwanted fats and minerals. In some cases, an additional purification step is performed to remove these components and obtain a cleaner and more protein-concentrated whey fraction.
Oh my God. Okay, I say I don't drink milk, but I've been going pretty hard. I did go hard on whey protein there for a minute. I'll be honest with you, I did. And you know what? I might as well have just drank the milk. I might as well just drink the milk, bruh. Jesus Christ.
Some processing facilities use microfiltration and cross-flow filtration to further refine the whey protein fraction.
Who's cleaning these? My God.
These methods allow for the removal of impurities and concentration of whey proteins, resulting in a purer final whey protein product. This low-temperature, natural process separates the protein from fats and lactose, resulting in a finished product that is extremely rich in protein and retains important nutrients. The result of this step is a highly concentrated liquid, whey fraction with minimal fat, carbohydrates, and other unwanted components. After filtration, the whey is subjected to the evaporation process. The whey is introduced into industrial evaporators designed to remove excess water from the liquid fraction.
Hey, let's just be honest. They sure do know how to make bullshit sound fantastic. They have a great way of making a bunch of bullshit sound great. This is disgusting. There's no other way to put it. Like, y'all literally made... I'm not gonna say anything. I mean, who's cleaning this? That's my question. Like, who's scrubbing this device? Can anybody tell me? They just pouring water on it? They just spray it down with water and let the water go down. That means it's clean. Right. So who gets sued when you know what?
The evaporation process is carried out at a controlled temperature to avoid damaging the proteins present in the whey. The temperature may vary, but is typically kept relatively low to preserve protein quality. Evaporation is a controlled process that gradually removes water from the liquid whey fraction. During this process, water evaporates and turns into vapor, while proteins and other solids remain concentrated. Once a significant portion of the water has been removed,
Okay. But remember, earlier, because now they're talking about the liquid gets evaporated and what you have is the whey. But remember, they poured a coagulant inside of there. And we just found out that a coagulant is a compound or agent which is added to a vessel to help thickening something. If you don't believe me, here it is right here. I'll pull it up so you can see it right there in front of you. Right here. You see it highlighted right there. That's what it is. A coagulant is compound. So they poured that in there. Then they turn around to whatever it helps thicken it to is now they're evaporating the liquid out of it. And then whatever's left over, the thickened stuff, is now considered the whey. No.
Concentrated liquid whey fraction undergoes a drying process. Drying involves the introduction of hot and cold air in.
I mean, do you think a power washer would be good enough to get all the germs off? And did you see how big that tube was that I was looking at the first time? And look at all these tubes. Like, who's cleaning all of this? That's my question. You can say a power washer, but who is cleaning all of this? Like, who? Well, they just turn the extremely hot water thing on and run the pipes and let the water run. Like, I don't believe this is happening every day. Like, it's just not.
Into the concentrated liquid stream. Hot air helps further evaporate water, while cold air helps cool the product. This drying process ensures that the final product is in powder form and has minimal residual moisture. Subsequently, the resulting powder is sieved to remove any larger particles and ensure size uniformity. After this stage is completed, the powdered whey.
Okay, now I'm officially convinced that is a giant yayo process laboratory. That factory is for processing yayo. They just trying to tell us it's for whey. You ain't slick. I caught you.
Is introduced into a mixer to remove any remaining moisture and achieve a homogeneous mixture. Then it is packaged in sacks for sale to wholesalers. The sacks are sent to the protein factory, which is the largest protein factory in the world. It operates like clockwork 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, handling several hundred tons of.
I think that just answered my question. It operates like clockwork 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Who is cleaning this shit? Who's cleaning it? Who? When is it getting clean? Look how dirty this thing is right here. Somebody tell me they got a baby wipe or something and just wiped this thing off and then kept it moving. Like, what is going on? Come on. What is going on? Bruh, they wildin'. As long as it's up to code, it's edible. And unfortunately, you are right. You are right.
Whey protein and producing thousands of products. In the vast warehouse of the dietary supplement company, thousands of sacks of whey protein powder arrive daily. The materials are then taken from here to the weighing room, where all raw materials are weighed. All raw materials pass through a fine sieve, typically with a 2mm opening. This ensures that all ingredients are carefully broken down and easy to mix. Whey protein powder is transported to the mixing area, where different flavors are added to give each product its unique and delicious taste. Subsequently, the powdered protein is mixed for a few minutes in these rotating drums. An operator places empty containers on the conveyor belt to start the filling process. In this stage, an automatic filling machine is used to fill the containers with the appropriate amount of protein powder. In this process, a worker uses a...
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, they treat those containers just like a Dorito chip bag. You know when you got the fun size family bag, your bag is like this big, right? Well, they give you like this much chips and the rest be air. They do these the same way.
Containers with the appropriate amount of protein powder. In this process, a worker uses a vacuum hose to transfer the protein from the sacks to the filling machine. Filling is done precisely to ensure that each container contains the specific amount of protein. After filling, each container undergoes a weighing process to verify that it contains the correct amount of whey protein powder. The containers advance along the conveyor belt to the next stage, where another worker places a measuring spoon in each container and properly closes the corresponding lid. Visual quality control is
Now, I'm going to have to call BS on that, because if you've ever had a whey protein container, I'm going to tell you right now, they be burying that spoon in there, bro. That little scoop spoon, you got to like stick your fingers like in there to find it, to get it. So I don't know what they showing where she just drops it in there. It's like, nah, bro, they be digging and burying that in.
Formed to ensure that the product looks correct and that there are no visible contaminants. Each container is labeled with important information, such as the product's name, nutritional information, usage instructions, expiration date, and batch number. Once the labeling process is completed, an employee inserts a plastic ring into the lid of each container. Next, the containers are directed to a heat sealing machine that seals the plastic rings with heat, ensuring a tight and precise seal. The filled and verified containers are placed in boxes for ease of transportation and distribution. If you want to know how Kit Kat chocolate is made, watch the video on your screen.
Oh
And please
hell
like the
no!
video.
No. You know what? We are good on that. You know what? I've had don't ruin candy for me. Don't ruin candy for me. I mean, come on. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Look at this. These fools is standing in the chocolate with their shoes on, bruh. Like they're wildin'. Look at this. They got their shoes on. You see the shoes? Look, they got their boots on. I mean, oh my goodness. Good Lord. Oh man, this is some bruh. I don't know what to say. But I do know what to say, actually. That is how whey protein is made, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a round of applause for the whey protein that was made. Yes. A bit bigger than that. Come on, clap it up. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Bruh, that was just, oh boy. Yeah, I mean, I should have known. I shouldn't have. Well, I guess it's good that I watched it now. I mean, at least it feel that thought. And now I know I might as well just drink the milk at this point. You know what I mean? Like, why not? You know, might as well just drink the milk, bruh. You'll be just as bad both ways. You either get the cow titty milk or you get the whey that they pour some special coagulant in that thickens it, and you're killing me. I was on the alkaline diet for 2 weeks. Hardest thing I ever done in my I feel you. It is hard to be on an alkaline diet for sure. Let me make sure y'all don't get the thing. Let's see. Good Lord. Yes, alkaline diet is hard to do, but let's see here. So we're gonna move on to the next thing. Next thing we're gonna go to for this fitness channel, or the fitness portion of the show, is we're going to sit down and look at a person that I have on here. He goes by the name of Greg Doucette. I've covered a few of his videos or whatnot, and on his videos, he talks about different things in the fitness culture and things like that. Well, somebody did a what is it? They interviewed him at his house. So you got to see how he was living, like the modern version of MTV Cribs, basically. And the guy went to his house, gave him an interview or whatnot. Then he basically proved one of my slogans that I use in the fitness. I always say, if you are not natty, then your pockets are fatty. So if you ain't natural, you take steroids, then your pocket's gonna be fat. And and the interviewer guy basically, he basically proved it what I said. So I found a little portion of it, and I wanted to go over that just to show and prove and actually hear them talk about it and have them explain basically as to why that is and why that works. And I'm not hating on it. I'm not hating on the fact that people choose to do steroids. It's just that you can't help but notice, somebody takes steroids, they get rich. It's it just kind of goes hand in hand. It's weird, but they proved it. They solidified the statement and everything. So it's kind of fun to watch. So let's go ahead and check this out. I'm gonna pull this up. Greg Doucette, fair use. Hell, fair use to the whey protein video. But let me go ahead and pull this up, and I got it right here at the part where they start to talk about it. So let's go ahead and take a listen.
Downstairs next.
And she lives there permanently. So I made a reel saying that I think everyone is lying about how steroids are bad, and most influencers, including my
Eddie Hall? No, I don't think Eddie Hall is natural. I don't think nah.
So usually tell people that don't do steroids, but then all of the successful people in the fitness industry have used steroids. It's like Grant Cardone in real estate telling people not to buy houses. So this is the kind of life that you can have if you jump on a cycle.
Jeff Nippard probably makes good money.
And he's
7 million followers, something like that. He's natural.
How many? What percent?
What percent natural? 100%.
No. I mean, how many percent of people are naturally and not,
And successful.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this?
Yeah.
Man.
Bruh.
That'd be a good stat to see. How many guys?
Y'all might see the camera turn off for a brief second. I gotta turn the AC back on or something, because I'm about to be sweating balls over here. But I'll be right back. But let's keep going.
Guys over 1 million followers are natural versus millions of guys who are enhanced. I'm going to say 50-50. I think it's equal. And consider
The level of success,
Yeah, I would say
Absolutely
there's
not.
Many people natural that are success is not. But you're not considering this. Think of this. There's way more people natural than on steroids, like as a percentage of population. So your odds of being successful are probably 10 times higher on steroids than not.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
The same amount natural successes.
But that's
Wait,
what
hold
I'm
on.
saying. That
The odds of being successful are probably 10 times harder than being on steroids than not. Let me see.
Steroids than not.
That's-
Percentage of population. So your odds of being successful are probably 10 times higher on steroids than not.
That's exactly what
So he's saying it's harder to be successful on steroids than it is not to be on steroids.
I'm
The
saying.
same amount natural successes.
But that's what I'm saying. That much higher chances of success if you're on juice.
Well, for sure.
Yeah. But that's a video.
Okay, am I tripping? I mean, he just said that you have a higher chance of... Correct me if I'm wrong. Make sure I'm not tripping.
That's exactly what I'm.
So your odds of being successful are probably 10 times higher on steroids than not.
That's
Is he saying your odds of being successful are probably 10 times higher on steroids or harder? I think he's saying higher because they go right back after that and agree that you have a better chance of being successful on steroids. So I think he said higher. Your odds of being successful are 10 times higher on steroids than not, which proved my point.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Same amount
Right?
natural successes.
But that's what I'm saying. That much higher chances of success if you're on juice.
Well, for sure.
Yeah. But that's a video we're gonna talk about tomorrow. We're gonna do a podcast or something. And I encourage that. I encourage people to go on a cycle and at least experience once
Jesus
what
Christ.
it feels like.
Higher, okay, that's what I thought.
That's how good it is, though.
Be
And,
right back.
and I don't understand. Why are we all lying, telling people, no, don't do it, but we're doing it? You know what I mean?
Well, it's similar to sex. Once you start, you won't stop. But you wouldn't say everyone should start at 13, 14. You probably want to wait till you're old enough.
I mean, I think I can be biased here because I have kids, right? But if it was like me, I would have started as early as I could.
Like 14? I
As soon-
I started at 12.
Okay, there you go. All
I was
right.
ready to have kids.
When did you hit puberty?
So that's crazy to be doing steroids that early. But then again, me being in high school, I remember whenever I was in high school and playing football that the kids was taking steroids back then. And to play football with a group with some people that take steroids, bruh, let me tell you what. Excuse me. Let me tell you, playing football with some kids, teenagers that's on steroids, like you want to talk about roid rage. You know, we max out periodically throughout the year. Your squat, your bench, and I think it was your deadlift. Either deadlift or power clean. I can't remember. I think it's deadlift. I think squat, bench, and deadlift, you max out like every quarter or something like that. To see somebody bench press like 205, right? The next time they hop on the weights, they end up benching like 315. And the coach is like, good job, good job, good job. And you looking at them like, bruh, we just maxed out not that long ago. Like, as a matter of fact, we've been working out and I was helping you try to rep 185 like 10 times and you just threw up 315, bruh. And then also playing on the field with them, you can drastically tell, like it was night and day, their performance IQ whenever they were on that field. Like their performance IQ was really amazing. It was impeccable, and it will really make you think like, might have to get on some juice. I mean, it really was. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's once you start, you can't stop. It's like Pringles, you know what I mean? It's like a drug. It's a drug that you can't stop doing because number one, it is a drug, but number two, I believe that your body does create testosterone normally, but the steroid is artificial testosterone basically, and it'll interfere with that natural creating of your body making that, and you have to be stuck on that the rest of your life if you're going to put the fake in your body. So I don't know. It's crossed my mind, but I haven't bit the bullet.
11 and a half, 12?
Okay, that is not normal. I hit puberty at like 16.
I was my max height at 13. I was done puberty at 13. This height was achieved in grade 8. I was fully I was the second kid, second tallest kid in the class.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember those days, man. I didn't weigh 140. I think the highest my weight got up to and I couldn't pass was like 170. I think that was like my high school weight, 170. And I was I wasn't beefy or nothing like that. I was always like skinny. So yeah, and then you're playing football with, you know, you had them big kids, you had them kids that weigh like 280, 300. Then you had the kids who already had a nice natural physique. Then they took steroids and just became like, raw. And it's like, oh snap, I gotta like practice with you every single day. You know what I mean? Here, and I played linebacker. So if you know anything about linebacker, if you play linebacker in football, you're getting hit or you're hitting every single day. You don't go a day without hitting somebody. You know, like other positions, like a wide receiver or running back, quarterback, you know what I mean? Like, no, you're hitting someone every single day. And what sucks is the position that you play, you're going to hit, talking about protein, yeah. And what sucks is the position that you play as linebacker, you could be hitting the fullback, you could be hitting the running back, you could be hitting the lineman, which weigh like 250 or 300 pounds. Like, so you have different size of people coming at you, running full speed, cut blocking you, trying to knock you off, trying to blindside you. So, I mean, steroids didn't sound like a bad idea, and I didn't do it though. I never bit the bullet.
And then when you were that young and that tall, as the years go by, the disappointment just kept getting worse and worse.
One of my classmates would get taller than me, and I'm like,
What's going on? Why aren't I?
I was the basketball guy.
Yeah.
You were?
I was this tall at like 12 and a half. Yeah. I grew 10 inches in 8 months. I was like tall.
Sheesh.
I never had
a
that
growth spurt.
It was just like small increments. Yeah.
I grew so fast and then stopped.
Was your dad?
All right, well, that's all they're talking about. I just want to prove a point that what they mentioned was exactly what I thought. I always said that if you are not natty, your pockets are fatty. And that's just to seem the way the industry works. And, you know, shout out to them for coming out and spitting that obvious truth. I mean, they were just like, yo, that's just what it is. And a lot of people, they do this and they know that they're taking it and they know that on the other end is success. So I can't knock them. I'm not hating on you. Get your money, get your paper. You know, it was just nice to hear somebody come out and say it for sure. All right, let's see what we got up here next. What we got next? We got the organ of the day that I got to go over. The organ system of the day. No, I haven't reacted to the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer. I haven't. I've tried to figure out where to put that in as far as the show goes. I could probably stick it in the AI portion of the show because the graphics on that game looks pretty freaking live, I must say. They actually really do. I could probably stick it in. But then again, since I'm on YouTube, I don't know if they'll hit me with a copyright of music or I don't know. So I got to be careful whenever I do so. But I could check it out and see, just to try to fit it in at the right portion of the show. But right now we're going to get into the organ system of the day, which the organ system of the day is going to be the digestive system. Yes, the digestive system. Understanding where all of that whey protein goes when you drink it in your body, where it goes. Where does the whey protein go? How does it break down and where does it become waste and all that good stuff? You know what I mean? Like, ugh. Just gross when you think about it. Man, I just ruined my whole thing for whey protein. I don't know. I'll tell you what, Smoothie King has this drink called the Hulk where they add whey protein in your drink. I ain't gonna lie, that thing is superb. That thing is fantastic. So I still might drink whey protein, but not as much now though. Not as much. I'll just have to stick to food, chicken or steak or something like that. But anyway, getting to the digestive, the organ system of the day, which is going to be the digestive system. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this up on your screen so you can see it. So there it is right there. Go ahead and get an idea of how things go and how things roll. So that is it right there. And I'm going to go ahead and read over for you to get you an understanding how this works. So the digestive system is the body's way of breaking down food into nutrients that can be absorbed and used for energy, growth, and cell repair. It includes a series of organs working together to convert food into usable fuel while eliminating waste. Yes, for sure. Hopefully, whey protein gets wasted out. Main functions of the digestive system are going to be ingestion, which is taking in food through the mouth, pause. Digestion, breaking down food into smaller components. Then you have the mechanical digestion, chewing chewing and churning. Then you have the chemical digestion, which is basically the enzymes and the acid. Then you have absorption, which are nutrients are absorbed into the bloodstream or the lymph. And then you have elimination, which is, of course, we all know elimination is waste, which are expelled from the body. And the major organs of the digestion system are going to be your mouth. That's what chews and makes your food. We know the esophagus is where it travels to go down to your stomach and then, you know, starts the process. Then you have the stomach itself, which breaks down the food with acid and enzymes into a smaller semi-liquid form. So basically chyme is what that's called. Then you have the small intestines, which then, whoops, I'm gonna dunk my head. You have the small intestines, the main site for nutrient absorption. That's what the small intestines are for. The enzymes from the pancreas and bile from the liver that aid digestion. Then you have the liver, which produces bile, which helps digest fats and also processes the nutrients. Then you have the gallbladder. Gallbladder, it is going to store your bile, which helps digest fats, also processes nutrients as well. Oh, excuse me, I read that wrong. Gallbladder stores bile and releases it into the small intestine. Sorry, I had that wrong. Then you got the pancreas, which releases enzymes and bicarbonate to neutralize stomach acid. And then you got the large intestines, which absorbs water and forms solid waste. And then you have the rectum, which is where the waste comes out. That's how all that goes. And basically, this is the process of what it goes through. First you eat, the food moves down the esophagus into the stomach. Into the stomach, it churns it and turns it into churn and chyme and all that good stuff to mix with the gastric juices. The chyme then moves into the small intestines. It moves all the way through the small intestines. Remaining material goes into the large intestines. Then whenever it finally goes into the large intestines where water is reabsorbed, the waste is eliminated through the rectum and the anus, and boom, there it goes, just like that. That is how your digestive system really does work. It's a really interesting thing to actually pay attention to and know how it works. Now, with that being said, looking at how the digestive system works, we're actually going to look at an actual anatomy of someone's digestive system taking out their body, just the intestines part. And it doesn't look all gory and bad. I've done this plenty of times on this show. I do this every single show actually. And you're going to go and look at somebody who basically is going to have someone's perfect. They're going to have someone's intestines in their hand. They're going to show you how long they are and what they look like and how they function. So with that being said, let me go ahead and pull that up for you right here. We got this lady right here at Nancy Bullard is the name of her channel. So shout out to her, fair use. And we're going to let her do this quick, short video on explaining and showing us what the digestive system looks like. So without further ado, let's pull this up right here. And here we go.
Stomach. Ready? Go. Is your hand over your belly button? Those are your intestines. Your stomach is up here on the left side of your body. During digestion, food travels from your mouth down your esophagus and into your stomach before continuing on to the intestines. Right now, you're looking at the stomach, the small intestine, and the large intestine. Even though it's called the small intestine, it's not actually very small. If you were to stretch out your small intestine, it would be about 3 times your height. After the small intestine, leftover food is sent to your large intestine where it's turned into poo. Now let's stretch these intestines out so you can see just how long they are. When they're stretched out like this, it's easy to see why they're called the small and large intestines. The small intestine is very narrow, while the large intestine is much wider. Now you know. Follow for more science videos. Touch your stomach.
Okay, all right, lady, Jesus. She's a little bit too excited about that, Jesus, but shout out to her for giving a thorough explanation on that one. Good job. Nancy Bullard. Yes, Bullard is her name. Showing how long the intestines is, the small and large intestines. And I always thought that the names of those were predicated on the length. Not really. They're predicated on the size. Small intestines are narrow, large intestines are wider. And I didn't know that. The more you know, the more you grow. And we also have another version of the anatomy lab is going to show us a version of the small intestines, which include the stomach. And it's going to show you the inside, the inner wall on what helps break down and what it looks like for the inner walls of the intestines on how it breaks it down. This is another short, but we'll go ahead and check this out real quick. And let's let Anatomy Lab take it away. Fair use.
The small intestine is the longest part of the digestive tract and can be over 20 feet long. And with this particular dissection, we're only showing a portion of that small intestine. But the reason why it's so long is because it is the main area of absorption. And longer means we have more time and length to absorb nutrients. Not only does the small intestine have length, but it also has increased surface area due to the tunica mucosa having folds called circular folds, and you can see these folds that I'm tracing with the probe right here. Now, if we were to zoom in to these circular folds, we would also see that on top of the folds, they would have microvilli, which would further increase the surface area for absorption. And I've got to show you another structure on another cadaver dissection that is super cool and relates to absorption. As I'm holding up this portion of the small intestine, you can see this yellowy tissue called mesentery. If you look closely, you can see a ton of blood vessels in there that are going to be absorbing all of these nutrients, and in this case, those nutrients are the amino acids that we've been talking about. The small intestine is the longest part of the digestive tract and can...
Okay, well, that is going to be it for the intestines. I mean, geez, the more you know, the more you learn. It's pretty interesting to see how the inside of the body is made up, especially when you're drinking and eating shit like whey protein, right? Yes. The more you know, the more you grow, and it's pretty intense, I must say. Yes, it is pretty intense when you sit down and learn about all these things, knowing how your digestive system works, because the Bible says know thyself, and a lot of people do not know themselves. They think they know their character and their personality, but hell, they don't even know how their body works. You tell them the points of your liver, they're going to show you where their kidney is. You know what I mean? People don't know anything about themselves. So yes, so shout out to the Anatomy Lab, and what was the lady name? Something Nancy Dullard. Yeah, shout out to both of y'all. Round of applause for y'all. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do we have everything out of the way? We do. What is this? This is not what I needed. Nope. We don't need that right there. However, now we're going to move over to the final thing on the fitness portion of the show, which we're going to go over into we're going to go into the sponsor of today's show, which is going to be none other than yours truly, the one of a kind, the one and only. I need a drum roll. Bam. There you go. Yours truly. Me, DnL&x Fitness. Yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is. Look at that there. Look at that. Look at that. Shout out to the sponsor. Boy, don't he look good. Man, pause. Look at him. Yes, sir. If you're ever at home and you can't get to a gym, make sure that you go onto DnL&x Fitness on YouTube and you can type in the name, all one word, as you just saw that pulled up on your screen, and go into the video tab and you can pick all different workouts. We got push day, pull day, back day, leg day, core day, ab day, which you're seeing right now, core and abs. Any workout that you need, we got your dumbbells or body weight. We got that set up for you. Anytime you need to get a workout, whether you're busy traveling, on the go, you can't get to the gym, you got the kids at home, you got a newborn baby, I got you to set you up for success if you need to stay physically fit at all times when you can't get to that gym. Hello. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That boy getting good. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Look at those bicycles. Look at that. Look at those. Those are flawless, boy. Look at that. That is flawless. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is great. All right. Calm down. Yes, sir. That's going to be it for the fitness portion of the show. But just know that if you ever need a workout and can't get to a gym or nothing like that, don't worry. I got you. I get you taken care of. You will feel the burn. We don't do very long rest periods in between workouts, which at that point, you're going to feel a little sign of fatigue. You're going to realize how fat and tired you really truly are. All right. So with that being said, we're going to migrate on over to the economy portion of the show. Yep, that's right. Let's talk a little bit about the economy, in case you was wondering why you was getting priced to oblivion. Yes. Let me see right here. Big ups to God. He's been doing a lot in my life recently, and I just got approved for my first. Nice. Shout out to my nephew, man. Yeah, shout out to him. Give him a round of applause for sure. Nice. That is what's up. So now when I come into town, I don't got to sleep at my folks' house. I can go to my nephew crib. Hello. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Clap that up for sure. That's what I'm talking about. Nephew said he's going to have a room for me saved up free of charge. I can eat all the food in this house that I want. Oh man, it's gonna be good. I'm just gonna come down there, and most likely what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pawn your cousin off to you. Y'all can just play all day in the house. That'll be great. Yes, your cousin will be great to see you. Turning 8 soon, man. It's gonna be lovely. Now you got your own place to play in. He can run around. Oh man, I can't wait for these days to happen. All right, got a new babysitter. Hello, shout out to my nephew. Yes. Nephew's the new babysitter. That's what's up. Give your grandfolks a break. That's what I'm talking about. Love you, nephew. All right, so we're moving on to the economy portion of the show. Go ahead and parking space nice and warm for you. Hey. And don't trick me and find out it's a handicap sparking and my shit get towed. I'm gonna make you pay for it. Yeah, I'm trying to trick Uncle. But anyway, let's get to the economy portion of the show. If you're kind of wondering why things are so gosh darn expensive, if you feel like you're getting priced out of life, things is getting a little, too hectic out there in these what is it? The economic streets, I should say. I'll show you why right here. Let's go ahead and pull up the first thing we got for you right here. Let me change that banner real quick. Bam, bam. All right, right here, as you can see, right there, what's about to happen here soon? It says Walmart raises prices amid tariff impact. Yikes, that is not looking too good whatsoever. But I tell you what, if Walmart's going to raise their prices, so is everywhere else. And to be quite honest, haven't the prices been raising for the past like 3 to 5 years? Now the question is, how much they gonna jump these prices up? Because I tell you, eggs is going through the roof. Eggs is utterly ridiculous. But if you want to know something about an economy, funny to say this, but it's true. Milk and eggs will tell you everything about an economy that you need to know. That's for sure. Like seriously, if you ever want to know about the economy, strippers, milk, and eggs will tell you everything about the economy. But let's go ahead and read this. This is updated 1 day ago. Walmart will raise prices on select items due to Trump's tariffs, highlighting trade policies, impact on consumer costs, and potential industry-wide inflation. Walmart, the world's largest retailer, announced it will raise prices on selective items due to escalating costs from tariffs imposed by the President Trump, signaling broader economic impacts from this trade policies. The decision, revealed during the company's first quarter earnings, called for fiscal year 2026. Underscores the challenges retailers face as tariff increased the cost of importing goods. The price hike marked a significant shift for Walmart, a company synonymous with low prices. Yeah, well, so much for that idea, right? And as the largest importer of container goods in the United States, did I skip a line? I did. And highlight the tangible effects of Trump's trade war on American consumers. As the largest importer of container goods in the United States, Walmart response could set up a precedent for other retailers, like I just said. Literally just said that. I ain't even read this whole thing yet. I already saw that coming. If Walmart go up, if you shop at Target, you are now going to be shopping at Walmart, because Target is expensive for no reason. I even asked girls this question. They like all had the same answer. It was the weirdest thing. I was like, why do you shop at Target over Walmart, even though you know that the same item is cheaper at Walmart? Do you know what these fools said? They said because Target is cuter. Target is cuter, bruh. But that should tell you, you can literally sell something to somebody and it could be the same product, as long as, Walmart is white and blue, Target is white and red, and the floors look a little different. Other than that, they're the same thing. 2 big giant warehouses with clothes and food in them. But you can sell it more to women because your store looks cuter. Hey, the more you know, right? But anyway, let's finish this up. Walmart's response could set precedent for other retailers, potentially driving inflation and squeezing household budgets. Yes, it's going to squeeze household budgets for sure. The announcement comes amid ongoing debates over tariffs, with supporters arguing they protect American jobs and critics warning of higher consumer costs. If they're going to raise the price on things, I don't think America's going to get any more jobs. That's just my humble opinion. But let's finish this little quick part up. During the earning call on May 15, 2025, the Walmart chief executive also explained that the company could no longer fully absorb the financial burden of the tariffs. Yeah, how long is that going to last? We will do our best to keep our prices as low as possible, but given the magnitude of the tariffs, even at the reduced levels announced this week, we aren't able to absorb all the pressure. Given the reality of narrow retail margins, he emphasized that the increased costs would inevitably lead to higher prices for customers. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Come on now. Come on. Target has more stuff and has all the thick moms. Trust me, I told you women choose to go there more because they say it's cuter. So yeah, that you would see more of the women there. It's like Walmart has all the straggle daggles. Shout out to CGA. Let me finish this last part. We're almost done. I got these 2 paragraphs, then we're finished with this article. So let me finish it up. It says that noting the company's heavy reliance on imported goods, despite a recent agreement reducing tariffs on Chinese imports to 30%. I don't recall that. At all. Jesus. Rainey described the levies as still too high. There are certain items, certain categories of merchandises, and were dependent upon to import from other countries, and the prices of those things are likely going up. The tariffs, part of Trump's broader strategy to bolster the domestic manufacturing, has sparked mixed reactions, and proponents argue they shield American workers from unfair foreign competition, while opponents contend they burden consumers with higher costs. Walmart's announcement lend weight to the latter view. Okay, yeah, we get it. Basically, in a nutshell, they just telling us stuff that we already know. So really, at the end of the day, you can look at Walmart and just be like, you know what I mean? Like, we get it, bro. We know. But shout out to them for informing us and give us like some insight and upper understanding of what's going on, man. Give them a round of applause. Walmart, we love you. Walmart, you've came in clutch for me quite a few times. I can't even lie. You have. Now you can't do everything. You can't. You can't go buy milk and then go buy some clothes and then get your oil change and your tire changed, as well as go get beauty makeup supply and also a cast iron skillet for your kitchen, while also getting birthday cards. Like, it's just too much. You know what I mean? I'm just like, bro, like y'all have to slow it down just a little bit. You know what I mean? Figure something out. But with that being said, you still came through in the clutch. I can't lie. I can't lie. Now, the next thing we have here is we have Trump's tax bills raises concern over Social Security commitment. Oh boy, let's see what that's going to be like for sure. I got to figure that one out. What's that going to be? So let's see. This is updated 4 hours ago, probably like 5 or 6 hours ago at this point, by the time I had got a hold of it. But this right here is going to talk about the House GDP tax bill that disappointed seniors because they were offering a $4,000 deduction instead of eliminating Social Security taxes. So now, people were expecting this and got that. I mean, hey, go figure. At least you got something. But I guess they said, no, we don't want something. It was all or nothing. But I bet you still hold on to that $4,000 tax deduction, though. So you know what I mean? Excuse me. But let's go ahead and look at this. Let me go ahead and pull this up on the screen so you can see it. Let's go right here. There we go. Now you can see it. There we go. So Trump's tax bill raises concern over Social Security commitment. Let's go ahead and read this little article and see what we got and what they're talking about exactly. And I guess there is no article for that. Basically, just understanding that people feel like they were cheated. Their feelings was hurt. Is there an article? Oh, there we go. So the latest tax legislation, dubbed the One Big Beautiful Bill, has ignited a firestorm of criticism for failing to deliver on President Trump's campaign, slogan or whatever, promise to eliminate taxes on Social Security benefits. Well, I mean, they got to get that money. I mean, instead, the bill offers the seniors a $4,000 deduction, which I can understand they feel upset and betrayed because your property taxes have gone up, your groceries have gone up. You know what I mean? So like the $4,000 just breaks you even, basically. You know what I mean? So basically, it's like you kind of got the okie doke. But hey, it is what it is. During his 2024 campaign, he repeatedly pledged to end federal income taxes on Social Security benefits, a move that would have relieved millions of retirees with about 40% currently paying taxes on their benefits. Dang, I didn't know that was a thing. You pay taxes on your benefits? I mean, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Well, the One Big Beautiful Bill is what it's called, advanced by the White House and Means Committee on the May 12th, 2025 was expected to enshrine his commitment. However, the legislation substituted the promised tax elimination with a temporary 4K deduction for seniors aged 65 and older, applicable to single filers earning less than $75K a year or married couples below $150,000, effective 2025 to 2028. Okay, well, that's not too bad. That's not too bad, but it says that this shift has fueled discontent among those who anticipated a more comprehensive relief package, aka elimination. That's what they was like. We were supposed to get this stuff eliminated. We weren't supposed to get, $4,000. I get you. I feel you. But, I don't agree. If you're going to tell me this and turn around and do that, it does suck. So what are you going to do? You know what I mean? You just broke even. I mean, you saved $4,000. So hopefully that kind of helped with the property, the property tax increase, as well as the electricity increase. Good Lord. And also the groceries. So hopefully that kind of puts you back on an even keel to where you was. But then again, it depends on your property and where you're at. That $4,000 probably barely did anything. But, to each his own. It is what it is, So hopefully that helps out some people, because you never know. Things are pretty crazy out there. How do you feel about your driver's license no longer being accepted when trying to travel, and now you need a real ID or a passport? Ugh. Well, I've always had a passport, so I don't feel anything about that. I think everybody should have a passport. You should get you a passport for sure. So you should, yeah. I mean, if you want to, the real ID thing, if you really, really looked into it, because I've been looking at the real ID for the past like 5 or 10 years, because China does it, you know what I mean? And basically it turns everything in. Well, really social media is what turns everything into a social credit score. So you get to the point where your credit score is going to be based off of your conduct and action. So if like you jaywalk, they'll be able to pull up your profile on like a billboard and be like, hey, such and such just jaywalked, and your credit score will be hit and dinged by the actions that you do, by the laws that you break. So then when you get a low credit score, that's going to make a determination on if you can fly, if you can take a boat, if you can get a house, all these things. So we're already heading in that direction in a sense with social media. So the real ID is just moving it closer to that, basically. So, I mean, I've always been a passport person, but at the end of the day, it's like, I'm more of like, don't be scared, be prepared, because it ain't nothing you can do unless you get like stupid, dumb rich, and then you're able to live a private life and get out of the public sector. Then you'll be, then you won't be bothered by it, because you don't live like that. You comprehend the other side of life, because there's a public life and there's a private life. And once you understand those two, then you would know how to navigate. But for the everyday person, I mean, it's like, get rich or die trying. And then once you get rich, try to stay private and get out the public. But the next thing that we have over here is we have Congress. Congress clashes over a deep cuts to Medicaid and SNAP. Oh boy, are they going to do that for sure? We're going to see. Congress clashes over deep cuts to Medicaid and SNAP. Man, oh man. Now, that being said, if there's going to be a deep cut to these things, I mean, we've had a lot of immigrants come through these past 4 or 5 years or whatever. Hell, was it? It was like 4 years, because Trump was there before Joe Biden. So it's Trump, Joe Biden, Trump. So yeah. So these past 4 years, a lot came in, and a lot of them, come in living, alternate lifestyle, but still benefiting off of Medicaid, SNAP, and housing. So that cut it's gonna hurt Americans, but it's gonna hurt a lot of other people too. But I mean, we'll see if this is gonna be good. But let's go ahead and read this real quick. Let's see what this is all about. So real quick read. Congress fiercely debates major cuts to Medicaid and SNAP, balancing fiscal reform against risks to vulnerable Americans, healthcare and food security. As Congress debates a sweeping budget reconciliation bill in May, when was this? 2025, which is this year, this month. A fierce controversy has erupted over proposed cuts to Medicaid and the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, called SNAP, pitting concerns for vulnerable Americans against calls for fiscal reform. The clash stemmed from the budget resolution, House Congression Resolution 14 passed in February 2025, which instructs congressional committees to slash spending over the next decade. The House Agriculture Committee targets a $230 billion deficit. Jesus Christ, $230 billion? That's how much y'all gonna save if y'all cut it? The House Agriculture targets a 200. Okay, largely through SNAP reforms. Okay, so that's just SNAP. So 230 billion deficit reduction. Okay, they're gonna reduce 230 billion dollars through SNAP alone, while Energy and Commerce Committee aims to carve 880 billion for Medicaid. Bruh, I ain't the smartest man in the world, but you add those two numbers up, you're over $1 trillion. So I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, yeah, I think they're gonna make the cut. That's $1 trillion, bruh. It's $1 trillion. This legislation push has ignited a firestorm of reactions, revealing a stark divide over the nation's safety net programs and their future. Well, when anybody can get these programs, it kind of makes, you know, people, it's like people get these programs and people have been on these programs for freaking decades. You know what I mean? You got people that's been on programs since they were like in their 20s, and now they in their 40s and 50s and stuff, still on these programs, never getting off, never using it to help them get out of a situation. They use it as their situation to stay in it. So then there's a wait list for people who need to get in it, and they can't get in it because people be in it for like 20 plus years. So, you know, and then what happens is you turn around and you be in it for so long, you get kids while you're on this program. So now you turn around and put your kids on it. Then your kids will grow up thinking that this is normal. Like, oh yeah, we should be on Medicaid and SNAP too, with not trying. And then it stunts their growth because they don't want to push past a certain threshold, because if you make too much money, you can't get it no more. So then the cycle continues, and it's just like, bruh, what the hell? So, but then when you look at these numbers and they talking about saving over $1 trillion, if they make a reduction on both of those bills, I mean, I don't like, I'm like, nah, don't do that. But then $1 trillion is like, you know what? Yeah, it's like, boy, $1 trillion, fam. $1 trillion. It's like, oh my God. What do you do? What would you do? Oh my God. If your job was to like, well, I guess, wait, here's the real question. If you save $1 trillion, where would that trillion go? Oh my God. Where would it go? Where would the $1 trillion go? If you save it, where would it go? I don't know where they're going to put it. So that's the part that we don't know. We don't know where it goes or what they do with the money once they get it. So, I mean, I would have to look in deeper to see if they mentioned it once they save this money, where they would put this money. Because from what I'm looking at, it doesn't really say anything about where the money's going to go once they save it. I mean, they can allocate it and put it somewhere else, but where else would you go? You know, that would be a good thing to know. Where else would this money go? So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if that pans out or not, but we'll see, man. Jesus, good Lord, man. $1 trillion. Wow. Was that it for the economic portion of the show? Oh, we got one more slide to look at. Speaking of economics, somebody basically speaking on how they see the world, or the, I guess you can look at it as the world or a country or economy and how it's being conducted. So somebody wrote a quote, or I guess you can call it a quote or something, but let's see if it makes sense. It says right here, we now live in a nation where doctors destroy health, lawyers destroy justice, universities destroy knowledge, governments destroy freedom, the press destroys information, religions destroy morals, and our banks destroy the economy. Yo, give them a standing ovation. he said into Trump's and Musk's pocket. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I agree. Maybe a little bit of it. I mean, hey, answer this question. $1 trillion and you in a position. How much going in your pocket? Ain't nobody gonna know if you took 10 million. Ain't nobody gonna know if you took 10 million out of a little over $1 trillion. Who gonna notice your 10 million? Ain't nobody gonna see that. So hey, I would do the same thing. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead and get my cut. Yeah, I mean, I am the president. You know what I mean? I did get elected. So let me go ahead and get a slice of some of that pie, please. Give it here. Yeah, for sure. But anyway, that's going to be it for the economy portion of the show. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we're going to slide over to the last portion of the show, which is going to be AI. Yes, sir. AI. They're not just taking 10. Yeah, true. Well, think about it. It's $1 trillion. It's $1 trillion. Even if you take $100 million, you have to think about how much $1 trillion is. If you take $100 million from $1 trillion, I still don't think you're gonna notice it. I just don't see it. Cause you get to 100 million, then 100 billion. You know what I mean? Like, they're not gonna see it. They're talking about billions over here that touch $1 trillion. So you take $100 million, they might not notice that either. You know what I mean? So you never know. But let's slide over to the AI portion of the show. Let's go ahead and get this over with real quick, as I'm on a time crunch. I gotta get this done. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and get this over right here. We have Hygen. Hygen is I guess an AI tool is what you can call it. These different AI tools that do, what is it? They do prompt to image, image to video, video to voice syncing and voice voice sounds and stuff like that. Excuse me. You got Hygen. I'm gonna say Hygen. Hygen launches a voice mirroring, and it's insane. So let's check out what the voice mirroring can do when it launches with your AI avatar. So we got speaking of a president, and let's change that banner real quick from economy to AI. There we go. Let's change this banner real quick, and let me see. They take a 90% and spread it to the people and the old and the government. They're going to give us 1%, say lost the 9. Hey, it just, I don't know. It just depends. It depends. They might do that. They might have a heart. I don't know. At the end of the day, all I can only do is focus on me and do the best that I can. Because if that's the case, that's been going on for decades, hell, centuries at this point. So they just doing the old playbook. But let's check this out real quick right here. So your AI avatar can now talk in your exact voice, tone, and style. And we got some lady and we got old DJ right here. And let's see how this looks. So let's go ahead and slide this over. And look at what just happened. They said not today, sir. There we go. Whoop. Is that a female? Well, I don't want to go too. You know what? Let me fix this real quick. Let me make sure I don't expose myself. Let me see what that next slide was real quick. Oh, okay. We good. Whew. Okay, we good, y'all. We good. We're not exposing anything. Anyway, let's get it back up. There we go. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this looks. There's the woman right there. All right. Let's go ahead and pull that back one more time. Let's see if we can get some sound to this. See how this sounds.
Everything we have to do with every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with every single
Okay, so I guess whatever she says, he says type thing. All right, let's see what she's talking about.
White.
I didn't even like
or
it.
Or maybe in red. Or you like me in nurse suit and need some help? Or you like me in business suit and want to start some business with me? Or maybe you like farm girls. Oh, maybe you don't like girls and love football. Or do you like stewardesses? Or do you probably not look at clothes at all, but rather like to look into their eyes? Or maybe you like me in tropical dress. I can't decide. Which style suits me better today? This romantic dress for a walk under the stars? Or maybe something bolder, ready for unexpected adventures? What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Hello?
Okay, I guess I'll speak for everybody, because number one, you talk too much. Number two, we know you're AI. But number three, the only thing we would like is to see you in a 3-point stance. That's right. Hello, put her in a 3-point stance. There we go. Clap for me, because you know that's true. That's all you want to see. You just want to see her in a 3-point stance. That's it. She said, "Oh, you like football?" I was like, "Hey, you're now you're getting closer. You're getting closer. Yes. Because all this talking, my God, shut up."
Every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID.
This is wild. Hygen voice mirroring can mimic any style and tones. The following is a conversation with Elon Musk.
The following is a conversation with Elon Musk.
Today's episode.
Oh, okay. Now I get it. I had it backwards. Okay, so she's the AI, and then these people. Okay.
Excuse me.
So when we're looking at this, she's the AI. Okay, and basically his voice was implemented on. Well, and not his voice. His words were implemented and gave her the. Okay, yeah. I think you get what I'm trying to say. So let's go ahead and continue watching. Here we go.
Episode, we are going to talk about an introduction to vibe marketing.
Today's episode, we are going to talk about an introduction to vibe marketing. This is wild. Hey-Gen voice mirroring can mimic any style and tones.
The following is a conversation with Elon Musk.
The following is a conversation with Elon Musk.
Today's episode, we are going to talk about an introduction to vibe marketing.
Today's episode, we are going to talk about an introduction to vibe marketing.
Okay, basically, so whenever you're teaching everybody, you can just put a pretty face on her, and then you can just be some ugly person in the background, and nobody's going to see you being ugly. They're going to see her being pretty, kind of like the girl with the blonde hair that was talking, who we just need to see in a 3-point stance, but apparently. So basically, yeah.
To Hey-Gen Avatar 4.
You know when you work so hard for something and dream about how it will all come together? Well, this is that moment.
Will it be? Better make it quick.
Dinner ain't waiting forever.
All the ups and downs, it was all worth it.
Listen to me, I need to tell you something.
Come to our characters lab and I'm going to show you how you can bring characters like me to life.
There is no one way to create art. It keeps growing.
I'm talking hustle, I'm talking next level inspiration.
It's not just something you see. You become it. Hey-Gen Avatar 4. Here we go.
Yeah, man. So basically, Hollywood is cooked. That's what they trying to say in a nutshell. Hollywood is cooked. Content creators are cooked. Models, anything of that nature is cooked, bruh. That's what they're saying. They're just like, hey, just let you know, we can get this free labor out of anybody, and we can save so much that we ain't got to pay you no more. We about to save so much. We about to be raking in the ducats. They gonna be saving so much money. They gonna be looking around like this. Just money just falling from the sky, bro. That's how they gonna be. They just gonna be thinking to themselves, like, just fantastic. Like why were we paying them in the first place? We don't even need them. We don't need them. What we need them for? We finna have one person sit down and make all these. Exactly. And they're gonna have somebody in the back room putting out content, and it's gonna look like 16 different people. So yeah. It's cooked. Let's see. Next we got up here is we have, oh my goodness. Oh yeah, this is going to be a pretty interesting one to see. So we have, it's on. Yeah, we're good. We have someone who is the first person, allegedly. She is the first person to use an advanced wireless bionic hand. Yes, an advanced bionic hand. Wireless bionic hand, I should say. Wireless. I don't know how it's wireless, but we're going to see how this works and how somebody has a wireless bionic hand and what it can do. So, you know, transhumanism is not too far down the pipeline there, you know, where you integrate the human in the AI. Yeah, that type of thing. But let's check this out.
Operate that arm when it's not attached to you.
Yes. So that's the thing, and we've posted about it on social media, and that's what everybody is like, this is crazy, mind-blowing.
Oh, you've got to see this.
We have.
I'll just help to
completely wireless, so you can actually just detach the hand like that.
You're thinking about it.
And I can still operate it the same way as if it was attached. Make it move.
That is
across
incredible.
the table.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. So I can do little tasks for me when I can't be bothered.
Have you ever had any mishaps where you've left it somewhere?
Well, I am sure that I will be, like, something like that will happen. I haven't had them long enough to make a mess of it yet, but yeah.
Also, the practical jokes and wind-ups you can use that for.
Oh, yeah. So
unbelievable. So could you operate that arm when it's not attached to you?
Yes. So that's the thing, and we've posted about it on social media, and that's what everybody is like, this is crazy, mind-blowing.
Oh, you've got to see this.
We have.
I'll just have to,
Completely wireless, so you can actually just detach the hand like that.
You're thinking about it.
And I can still operate it the same way as if it was attached. Make it move.
That is incredible.
Okay, so let's just say she's married, right? And her and her husband get into an argument. And, they're not on good terms, but, you're married, you got to serve each other's needs. So, he takes her hand and, he's like, hey, can you think about, and never mind, let's continue.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. So I can do little tasks for me when I can't be bothered.
Have you ever had any mishaps where you've left it somewhere?
Well, I am sure that I will be, something like that will happen. I haven't had them long enough to make a mess of it yet, but yeah.
Also, the practical jokes and wind-ups you can use that for.
Oh, yeah. So
unbelievable. So could you operate that arm when it's not...
Oh, man. Hey, they better be careful out here putting stuff out here like this. I mean, some people are going to make up alternate uses for it, you know what I mean? So shame on them, shame on them, shame on them. It's not good. Get your head out the gutter. That is just ridiculous. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and move over to this next thing. Now, this right here was pretty crazy. All right, so check this out. So we have this next one that we have is basically there was a situation that happened where I think somebody they were shot in a road rage incident. They had died from getting shot in a road rage incident. So then what happened was somebody created an AI version of the person that had got shot and passed away, and then used that in court to have the AI speak to the person that deleted them. You know what I mean? Like, yo, think about that. So they took basically AI, a image of the person who passed away, who got shot, and then at court played it for the, what do you call the person in court? I guess the criminal or whatever, the defendant or whatever you want to call it. They played it for him so he could see the person that he deleted talking to him about what he did to him. Let's just take a look at this. All right, let's look at this. Here we go. So family uses AI tools to bring deceased victims to life to address their iller. Yes, they use it to address their iller. I mean, I ain't never think of it like this. The possibilities are endless, but let's see what happens. Here we go.
Hello. Just to be clear for everyone seeing this, I am a version of Chris Pelkey recreated through AI that uses my picture and my voice profile. Here is insight into who I actually was in real life. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Chris Pelkey. I served with the United States Army in the infantry. I'm from upstate New York.
So I would like to make my own impact statement. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. It means a lot. I can't tell you how humbled I am for those that spoke up for me, everyone who flew in, took off work, those who are watching this remotely, and for everyone who has supported my family and loved ones through 3.5 years and 2 trials.
Wow.
To Gabriel Horcasitas, the man who shot me. It is a shame we encountered each other that day in those circumstances. In another life, we probably could have been friends. I believe in forgiveness and in God who forgives. I always have, and I still do. Hello. Just to be clear for everyone seeing.
Bruh, that is brutal. And then his sentencing wasn't Jesus. You know what? Let me read this real quick. Let me read this. In the first of its kind moment in U.S. courts, an AI-generated video of a deceased man was used as a victim impact statement during a sentencing hearing in Arizona. The video featured Christopher, I don't want to mess up his name, who was fatally shot in the 2021 road rage incident. His sister worked with her husband and a business partner to recreate his voice and likeness using AI tools. The avatar addressed the court and his iller, the guy he named, with a message of forgiveness, reflecting on his Christian beliefs. The court raised no objections. The judge Todd Lang even praised the video, noting that it helped humanize the victim. And the iller was sentenced to 10.5 years for manslaughter. Golly, oh my goodness, wow, that's crazy. That's wild. That's wild. Somebody says we're turning into the movie Minority Report. Yeah. I agree. Somebody says this is pure nonsense, just disrespect to the unalive guy. Somebody else says this is nonsense. If my family does this, I'm haunting them for the next level forever. How would they know that he would have said those things? And those are actually good, valid points. Those are very good, valid points. But I mean, his sister did it, so I mean, maybe that's just a way to get revenge, to make him feel, to make the defendant or the alleged iller feel horrible. But that's crazy. I mean, you can use AI in so many ways, and to use it in that way, that was not something I saw coming. I didn't think about that way. Whew. Yeah. So anyway, we got our next video here. It says that we have, what is this? They said AI will never take over, but we're going to look around and see how much AI could take over if it goes to the next level. So right here, we're going to watch this video, and it's basically like a plot twist. So let's check it out. Here we go. Let's move this in a little bit over here. Get you a good look right here. It says AI. Human says AI isn't that smart. Well, let's see how smart this AI is. Here we go. Uh-oh. Well, hold on. Let me go ahead and mute this music before they hit me with a copyright. All right, let's see what the AI is doing. Oh, man, she's taking off the program? That's wild. Whoa, hold up. Hold them up. Yo, that's not good. Wait a minute. Yo. She's using the program inside of the computer. That is wild. She's messing it up. I mean, yeah, of course. She's a woman. She's destroying it. Oh, hold on. Wait. Maybe she's not destroying it. Oh, she found use for it. Change her hair color. Hello. All right, we're changing the hair color. What we got? Oh, is she DJing the hair color? Okay. All right, she's going crazy over there. Calm down, sweetie. Oh, and it's in Chinese. The letters in Chinese. Boy, you Chinese people, y'all need to leave this stuff alone. What is going on? What is going on? Y'all play too much with these animes. Let them. Oh, maybe that was Japanese. I have to look at them closely because it could be Japanese. I got to look at the handwriting closely. The Japanese and the animes people. The big time ones. Yeah, that's crazy looking though. Like, look how this thing actually went and took over the program, which it is inside, and is navigating on its own. Like, that's wild. And if this is a particular type of screensaver or something like that, let me know, because I like this. I want this. I'm gonna have to save this and do some reverse engineering research to try to figure out where I can get this from, because this is live. I like this a whole lot. You know what? We're gonna give you, where is it at? You can give you the victory music to this one. Here you go. Actually ended pretty good. That was actually good timing. That's pretty good timing for sure. I have to give myself credit for. Oh no! Wait. Let's get that one back. Yeah, I'm gonna need that one for sure. All right, let's see what we got here. We got we'll say we got this will be the last slide. This will be the last slide here. Basically speaking on Tesla. So Tesla is basically, if you know anything about Tesla, they've got their facilities going all over the place. They are not playing around, and they are on a movement to be sustainable, to be able to have sustainable energy for everyone. But if you know anything about Tesla, it is not a car company, it is a battery company. So anything that's going to be ran off of anything robotic or AI stuff like that, you're going to require a battery. The car requires a battery. The solar stuff requires a battery. All their things require a battery because they're in the business of selling batteries, not cars. So just keep that in mind. And whenever you see more AI robotic stuff going on, they all need batteries to run and move and press on. But let's look at this clip that Tesla put up and see how they're moving forward with not just sustainable energy, but changing up the job market completely, which the same could be said for China. But let's check it out.
Our mission is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy.
It's only possible because of the incredible people here at Tesla. They are absolutely committed to the cause of sustainable energy, and that is why we can do what no other company can do. We can make lower cost products that are still efficient and compelling, and we can make them at scale. We're going to build them all in compact and high output factories that are easy for us to build quickly.
We work together in a way that allows us to ask the hard questions.
This is the product that will retire fossil fuels.
We're not just creating products, we're creating a movement towards sustainable energy for everyone.
What we're trying to convey is a message of hope and optimism. Optimism that is based on actual physics. Earth can and will move to a sustainable energy economy, and will do so in your lifetime.
The solution to scalable FSD is getting the architecture, the data, and the compute just right, and we have assembled a world-class team to execute on this.
Every truck that we put on the road that replaces a diesel truck makes a huge difference towards driving us towards our total mission of sustainable energy and transportation.
You can see and you can feel the collaboration that's happening and the pride that everyone has in working for Tesla.
Now, that was pretty interesting. Now, one thing I do want to point out as I look at it, I have to pay attention to, is that whenever they were showing this stuff, they did show a robot that was in that factory working as well. He was walking up some stairs, if you saw that. Then you had some of the transportation vehicles with no driver inside of them. Some may have drivers, but some didn't. So at some point, it's like you're integrating with the technology, but if the technology is moving without you, at some point, it ain't going to need you, and he's going to be able to cut the cost on his business by replacing you with robots and really robotics in general, whether it's a vehicle or a human or whatnot. However, in the process, those robots are going to get real familiar with how to do the job because they got so many different people and humans to basically get a good idea of how everything is being ran and then learn how to do it 20 times better. With, if you make the batteries, then that's just profit to the end because you ain't paying for no batteries. So let's go ahead and take a look at this video again, but I'm gonna turn the music off this time. But they're saying they're moving the world to sustainable energy, which I believe that that's going to be the case at some point. To eliminate fossil fuels, I don't know. I have to dive deeper into getting that understanding as far as eliminating or not using fossil fuels or replacing fossil fuels. I'd have to dive deeper to get more of a better understanding. But as you just saw that robot walk up some stairs, and you got people still working on vehicles, but at some point, once those AIs learn how to make those vehicles, you know, it's going to be less and less and less and less people there. And that's a good move at first, but you know, what I find crazy is that these little, where are they at? Where are these? God dang it. It's too fast. Where is it at? If they can go back to it. All right. Well, I can't find it. But what I find crazy is that when they get to the point, you know, with these AIs being made, you're basically helping them move forward or eliminating your own job. But to me, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. You can't fight it. You might as well get your money while you're there. Like this right here. You see this right here? If you go back to the movie I, Robot, you ever remember the scene in I, Robot where they put the old robots in these shipping containers? And then at the end of, like, close to the end of the movie, the new robots went in and was destroying all the old program robots in like an area like this. You know what I mean? So basically these shipping containers could be where all the robots or all the stuff is stored, or these could be batteries or solar battery. But I don't know what it could be. At the end of the day, I have to just figure out on my own or to find out what it really is. But this could be, you know, that right there, one or the other. But to basically say that they're going to move the whole world to sustainable energy and everything be solar powered and whatnot, it's a good move. It's a good move. It's just, at what cost does that come with? You know what I mean? At what cost? Like, who is going to suffer the brunt of this? And it seems like, in my humble opinion, it's going to be the haves and the have-nots, which is where we're already at. But it's going to be on a scale unprecedented and never seen before. So when you're looking at this, it looks good at first. You know what I mean? It looks good at first at the beginning stages. But when you get like 10 years down the line, what is Tesla going to look like? And I'm not against it. I'm not, I'm not against Tesla. I have no issues. I don't hate Elon Musk or nothing like that. I mean, hey, do your thing. It's nice to watch you grow, because if you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it. So at what cost do people have to end up seeing what is going to be the end result of this? And a lot of people, they need a job. A lot of people don't work on their own or start a business or nothing like that. They rely on somebody putting something in place for them in order for them to have something to do, instead of having the discipline to do on their own and provide for themselves. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see how the future of AI goes with the world, especially when robotics get introduced. And I would say by 2030, we're going to see a huge leap as far as how many robotics will be put out into real existence and real life and real world, as far as bartenders and servers and chefs and automated fast food restaurants and all that stuff goes, because they already have a little bit going on now, but it's going to get hellified big and like a lot bigger and a lot more serious as far as, you know, cashiers and things like that, that these next generation of kids who are like, what, 5 to 10 years old, in the next 10 years when they're 15 to 20, all they're going to know is seeing a world being brought up with robotics around their lifetime. You know what I mean? That's what they're going to see. They're going to understand robots in life, in world, in real time. And at that point, I mean, we're already at that point. We're just at the beginning phases, but this stuff is going to move so fast. You just got to figure out how to be able to get it on your own. Figure out how to survive on your own. You're either going to roll with or get rolled over at the end of the day. But with that being said, man, that's going to be it for today's show. I got stuff I got to do. I got to take off and continue my adulting throughout the day. But, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. If you're on YouTube, do me a favor. If you can, when you see the thing on the screen, do me a favor and hit that like button if it's going to show up, and it's not going to do it. I guess YouTube's mad at me. Are you mad at me, YouTube? Is that what it is? No? Like, there it goes. Hit that like button on YouTube. Get the algorithm out. Follow me on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Rumble. The 4 platforms we're simultaneously streaming on, man, and check out the YouTube channel. Do at-home fitness workouts from home if you can't get out and do anything else, man. With that being said, take care. We'll catch y'all on Monday. We'll be dropping clips of live streams and workout videos over the weekend. So with that being said, y'all take care. Peace.
Bread, then buy the dream.